Johnson. At the other guard position, Stephen Curry. At the other forward position, Kevin Durant. The head coach of the Pistons is Steve Kerr.
Matchup right here with David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. This is Kevin Harlan. This is the first game in the Warriors road trip. They put together game after game, winning 5 games in a row. Fantastic stretch.
And they are who we thought they'd be coming into the season. No doubt about that. A team with a lot of talent that can win really in a number of ways. They've been every bit as formidable as we anticipated.
No surprise whatsoever. This is one of the best teams in the league, and they will be a force to be reckoned with yet again.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The incredible shooting pair of Curry and Thompson in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Durant, and it's McGee in at the 5 down low. And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Lopez, and Curry pulls it down.
And last year, I felt like Brook Lopez showed why he's a max guy when healthy. I mean, not only did he maintain terrific all-around play, but he improved in some categories. And I love what he looked like on the defensive board, reminiscent of the aggressiveness he showed when he first burst on the scene back in 08.
It's Curry outside. Booker pulls it in. The Nets still looking like they're getting going. It's a 5-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, they were in a funk from the field in that game. Credit the defense, though, because even when they got open looks, no rhythm to knock them down.
They never let them get into any sort of comfort zone, and because of that, they were out of sorts all game long.
Now here is McGee. His last outing, he had 8 points.
Thompson always keeping his eyes up, looking for his teammates at all times.
The Nets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Lynn kicks to Bogdanovic. Inside, passes to Kilpatrick. Lopez dishes to Lynn. Booker the pass to Bogdanovic. It's good from long range.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Curry kicks to Green. Pass to Durant. Shoots the 3. He can't get that one, so Brooklyn will take it the other way. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
And in a conference game here, just a 2-game season series.
With that said, expect both squads to bring their A game to both matches.
And the Warriors last season leading the league in points, field goal percentage, assists, 3-pointers made. Steve, and 3-point percentage, you name it, they led it.
Yes, the 3-point shooting in particular, they lapped the competition. Far and away the best offensive team in the league, and they were no slouches defensively.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw.
Man, when you look at the Nets over the past couple years, it's really astounding. I mean, they've been near the bottom of almost every major statistical category as a team. I mean, that means that they really have nothing to count on to stabilize themselves when they aren't going well in a game. And when you don't have an identity as a team, boy, it is hard to find consistency.
He is a massive drawing fouls. One, you have to close out on this jump shot, and he drew the contact by jumping into you.
And on the topic of the Nets, it's hard to identify their calling card as a team because the roster, Greg, still seems to be in a state of flux.
And not many draft picks or trade assets. It really may come down to love the ones you're with, at least for a little while longer. I mean, they have some scorers. They have some playmakers. If they can just find a way to block out the noise and play their game, they can be an entertaining club.
Well, the game's starting to add up as we get in the thick of the season. Just how do players, Steve, keep their mental edge during the middle part of a long, long season?
You got to know it's a grind. You got to prepare physically and mentally. And I think also having teammates to help you. You got to spend a lot of time with each other, work out together, and just get through it. Look at what the prize is, trying to win a championship.
You just answered my next question about getting some help from the team and from your teammates. I'm sure the team is locked in on this too.
Yeah, and there are some days the coach has got to have a great balance. You need some days off, a couple days off just to get away from the game to get recharged.
Lynn dishes to Bogdanovich. Here's the break. And Curry has it in the corner. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Curry's got 5 now.
Stephen Curry is great off the dribble, but he also is good at the catch and shoot.
Kilpatrick passes to Booker. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish. And one signing that went a bit under the radar during the free agent period was Jeremy Lin joining up with the Nets. The Nets got the veteran guard they wanted to lead their young core. Lin gets a chance to move out of the 6-man role he had been in the past few seasons, and now he gets to run the ship.
Now here's Thompson. A 17-point game for him in the win against Utah. Outside Durant. Curry against Lin. From 15 feet away, Curry can't get it to go.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And really, Lin has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
And Thompson kicks to Green. McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Kilpatrick. 8 points his last outing. Kicks it to Booker. Curry with the steal. Now here's Durant. He's guarded closely. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Worked it inside. Normally an easy basket for him, but just a little out of rhythm on the release.
From 7. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And Lin is a sensational playmaker. Love how he zips passes over to his guys.
Right side, Green. He feeds it to McGee. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Brook Lopez.
Clearly a foul.
The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And among all the tangible things that make the Warriors great, the big intangible we keep coming back to, Steve, is chemistry.
Yes, they have great players, but this is a team that loves each other, loves playing the game. They're unselfish. They're willing to sacrifice. They play hard, and you just can't create that. Chemistry is something that you have to develop.
And you know, there was so much excitement surrounding the Nets when they finished the new arena in Brooklyn in 2012. They traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to try to fast-track their success. But that win-now strategy really failed.
Yeah, and that's what can happen when you mortgage your future. Short-term goals can lead to that long-term misery. And they still have some pieces they can build around. We'll see what additional talent they can attract going forward.
And he knocks down the first one.
Kevin Durant, for his career, almost 90% at the free throw line. He'll make you pay.
And he can't hit the second.
And one thing I don't think Kevin Durant gets enough credit for is his mental toughness.
Good point.
He is rarely shaken or thrown off his game if things aren't going his way, and always remains focused on winning and doesn't let too much throw him off court.
And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Warriors.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
Nets trail by 4. And with Durant and his ability to stay focused on the court, Greg, you're just talking about this. A big example of that was last year when all the free agency speculation was floating around.
Yeah, and that can wear on a player when all the media is talking about your future. Durant has done a great job of blocking out the media the last few seasons and just focusing on winning. I mean, his focus on the court is a big part of why he is so consistent game to game.
The Nets have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. And the Warriors a very good defensive team, Steve, whether they're playing big or going small.
A reason why they have intelligent guys that know how to play the game of basketball on the defensive end. They switch a lot, they get their hands in the passing lane, and they are great communicators.
And it's McGee with the jam.
Awesome look from Stephen Curry. Outstanding at distributing the basketball.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson did give me a few minutes to catch up with him. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Dave, thanks. Well, guys, it really makes sense to have their defense poised to deal with the great shooters on the floor tonight.
It really does. If they can't keep the damage done by those guys to a minimum, then it's going to be a long night.
No question about that. They must crowd their shooters and give them little to no room to operate.
Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Let's now take a look at some league leaders with the rundown of the best passing big men in the NBA over the past month. Number 1, Draymond Green.
You think of some of the great passing big men over the years, and they are some of the best players ever. I mean, period. I'm sure that's not lost on him.
Now here's Lynn. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto. It's stolen by Green. He kicks it to Thompson. Back to Green. Outside Durant. He dishes it to Curry. Now the pass to Pachulia. And that one drops for him. Pachulia's got his first 2 points of the night.
Gotta love Curry's passing ability. An expert at setting up his guys.
Dishes to Lopez. There's a good screen. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Lopez has got his second basket of the night. Outside Curry. Durant for three. Rebound Brooklyn. Booker's got his third rebound on the night.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Lopez. Shot left block, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Now it's just a three-point Warrior lead. Lynn against Curry. Dishes it to Durant. The feed to Pachulia. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Pachulia's got his second basket of the game.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
He also, for a big guy, has a terrific touch from that range.
And that one is good. 8 points for Brook Lopez.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Curry kicks to Green. Thompson outside. Green the screen. For three, Durant buries the long-range jumper.
The defender did his job, but it didn't matter. KD just too big, too good.
Here's Kilpatrick. He's covered by Thompson. Fades back. Thompson with the rebound.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
And yeah, you look at him and look at his face, his expressions. He has definitely lost his confidence.
Now here's Curry. He's coming off a 25-point game against Utah. Shot clock at 6. Fires the three. And it's Green. Missing. Nets trailed by 6. Outside, Lynn. Launches it. No good on the shot. The Warriors go the other way with it. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, and in that game, we saw a lot of sloppy play from the opposing offense. They coughed the ball up, a lot of unforced turnovers.
They sure got some breaks, but hey, they did a really awesome job turning those mistakes into gold at the other end.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. One of the most impactful free agent moves in league history, certainly Kevin Durant. Greg signing with the Golden State Warriors.
It sent shockwaves through the league. I mean, we've heard of teams with 3 All-Stars before, but, you know, the Warriors now have 4. And when you look at Curry, Thompson, Durant, and Green, you could argue that each of them are the best at their respective position in the NBA. Well, that is scary for the opposition.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Pachulia. He's been putting up about 4 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
Here's Harris. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
And Rondae Hollis-Jefferson started out strong last season as a rookie, then had the injury to the ankle that kind of derailed his development. Came in, though, providing lockdown defense, which most scouts expected. I think the surprise may have been his shooting numbers. And what that tells me is that he has a really good understanding of who he is as a player. That is very difficult for young players to accomplish. They always tend to spend their time trying to prove to you what they can't do.
The first free throw is good. And looking at Hollis Jefferson's game, extremely versatile, Greg. The one question mark, will he ever be an accurate shooter from long range?
You know what? He can be a very good player even if the jump shot never fully comes around. Athleticism, body control, 7'2" wingspan. He's got all the physical measurables, and he can be extremely aggressive both as a playmaker and on the glass.
And Steve, the screen roll, such a fundamental play in NBA offenses. Who are the best role men, do you think, in the NBA?
DeAndre Jordan does a nice job. Tristan Thompson. Anthony Davis is a guy who can screen and roll and gets out of it pretty quick. Blake Griffin does a nice job. So a lot of different bigs being able to set to pick, and it's huge. You can't lumber. You got to set to pick, pivot, and roll quickly.
Valanciunas up at Toronto does that well,
Yes,
too, when
he
healthy.
does. When healthy.
The Warriors have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line. First one falls for him. And David West drops them both.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
Here's Harris. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Warriors leading by 7. Down low, here's West, and the stuff by West.
Sean Livingston's court vision is amazing. Being able to hit the open guy right on stride.
Pass to Bennett. There's 1:54 left in the first quarter of the game. Can't hit that one. Excellent D there from Pachulia. Iguodala, the pass to McCaw. Picked by West. Passes it to McCaw. Just 5 to shoot. Picked by Pachulia. Iguodala with it. He's picked up by Lopez.
The thing about setting screens, you have to be willing to sacrifice your body. It can't be half-hearted.
Here's Whitehead. No good on the 3.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Livingston dishes to Iguodala. Another miss by Iguodala. Nets trail by 9. There's Hollis Jefferson. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Pass to McCaw. Pachulia with the screen on Harris. McCaw. Second chance effort. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
That was a huge face-off at the rim. Two great competitors. Defense took it.
Harris kicks to Bennett. Fires from the wing. McCaw grabs the miss. Warriors leading by 7. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Feeds it to West. Lopez with the steal. To the paint. Warriors with the rebound. Iguodala the pass to Livingston. Here's West. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And that does it for the first quarter. Warriors lead by 7. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. Kevin Durant, always in the gym, always working to improve. We asked him where that inspiration and passion originated.
Comes from me being 8 years old and me just saying I wanted to be the best player. You know, first off, at 8 years old, you want to be the best player in your neighborhood, and that's where it comes from. Just always want to be the best, and no matter where I'm playing at. And if I keep working each and every year, I've gotten better. You know, if I continue to just keep working, I've seen improvements.
Year-by-year improvements until he became the best player in the league and won an MVP. Now, the challenge, Greg, is to get back to that level after the injuries. Obviously, I think we all feel it is possible for him.
And you're absolutely right, Kevin. I mean, he's definitely proven in terms of the talent, the skill, and athleticism. What we find out now after dealing with the adversity is, does he have the heart and drive and that competitive spirit to be considered still among the very best?
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
This has definitely been a perimeter-oriented game, and right now it seems like they can't miss.
Whitehead out there with Harris. And there's Bennett. Bennett's Brook Lopez. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Livingston, that's good.
Defense all over Sean Livingston. But with his size at 6'7", he shoots over most guards.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
We know Brook Lopez is a great post scorer, but he can shoot it too. Growing up with big brothers, he said, I had to score somehow, and it was easier to play outside. I was out on the wing a lot in high school running the floor. I had to adapt. Kevin, it's hard to picture him on the wing now, but he's comfortable out there.
Yeah, but he brings that skill level, DA. You can see that. Thank you. For Brooklyn, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. No good on the free throw. And Smitty, you were just starting in the league when NBA basketball games were becoming what they are today in the 90s. The popularity of the game has just increased so substantially. Was it strange to see yourself being portrayed in video games as we see now, and how did you react to it?
You know, very humbling, Kevin, to get a chance to see yourself, your name being called in the video game. But what I did like, Kevin, I was so skinny. The video game had me looking buff with muscles and everything. So I like that.
You look pretty good right now.
Yeah, that's because you're my friend.
And it's Iguodala with the jam.
And just a tremendous display of strength by Iggy. Always a threat to convert, even with the contact.
The Nets making a switch here. Booker's checked in. Well, we all know that Iguodala does more than what shows up in the box score. But you can't overstate how important that is to a team. Executes all the little plays, Steve. You know, things you need, and then it shows up in big moments.
You know, Andre Iguodala is one of those players. Whatever you need, you said it best. But clutch plays down the stretch. And he's also one of those guys that you love to have in the locker room for other guys to learn from. He keeps things very jovial and light for his team. But he's a guy that when it's time to play, the prankster in him goes away when he gets on the court.
Here's Livingston following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Durant kicks to Iguodala. Durant sets a screen for Iguodala. 5 on the clock. Durant, no good.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Beautiful pick. Ugly shot.
Here's Whitehead. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Now, here's Livingston. Tight defense on him. Lets a floater go, and it's good on the way in. And the Warriors lead by 9.
Beautiful looking teardrop. That's a shot that's almost impossible to block.
Bennett kicks to Harris. Bennett dishes to Harris. He feeds it to Foy. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
You know, you talk about coaching trees. Steve Kerr in his first 2 years already has had 2 assistants, grabbed 2 head coaching jobs, and him himself, he coached under the best in the business.
With the Kerr coaching tree, you're also talking about some big names like Alvin Gentry and Luke Walton. They're assistants that have moved to head coaching roles after their stint with Kerr.
Just fantastic for Steve Kerr to understand is if we keep winning, you're going to keep losing assistants. But you know what? They're winning, and that's the nature of the business.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Stephen Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. And the second free throw, good. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Whitehead. And he nails the third. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Out to the right wing. Here's Curry with the 3. That shot off. Some solid defense there from Lin. Wants to get it to Bennett and does. Back to Lynn. They set the pick. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Lynn's got 5 points so far.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that
A
dunk?
nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. The dish to 4 from 11 feet away. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
No, not at all. When you see him guarding you, just try to move the basketball on. I am wondering what can he do to get it cranked up. Nothing from long range this quarter after hitting 1 in the first.
Hands it from downtown. 8 points for him.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lynn, dropping it in the face of the D.
Here's Clark, defended by Lynn. Now in transition is Lynn. Here we go. Kicks it to Booker. He dishes it to Harris. Back to Booker. Nets passing it around. There's Foy with the 3. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Green slams it in.
And this is the kind of basketball that Durant wants to play. Ball movement, hit the open man.
Lynn kicks to Booker. Harris outside. Booker with the screen for Harris. Lynn's shot is off. Warriors leading by 5. And there's the pass to Curry. Oh, good with the triple.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Here's Foy. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got his 3rd assist on the night. Golden State's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Clark. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
Now, here is Foy. 8 points for him. Then the pass to Bennett. And Foy kicks to Lynn. Iguodala with the steal. Durant at the elbow. And here's Green outside. A rebound by the Nets.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
To the inside. It's stolen by Green. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Warriors leading by 3. Durant just inside the line. And the Warriors miss again.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Foy dishes to Bennett. Bennett setting the pick for Harris. Lynn with it. Now Green defending. Clock is at 3. Lynn's shot is off. And for the Warriors, they're shooting for the game at 42%. Got that one up quick. 9 points for Kevin Durant.
And that's where KD just feasts with this team. When it comes to those spot-ups, he's as good as anyone in the league.
And Booker kicks to Foy. There's the pick. Dishes it to Lynn. Elbow shot. And he gets that one to go off the front line. Lynn's got 10.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And most first-round draft picks in the NBA, Steve, have the unique experience of waiting in the green room on draft day, anxiously listening for their name to be called. What was that day? What was that moment like for you?
You know what? Nerve-wracking because, you know, I was projected to go anywhere from 2 to 10. So when you start to hear 2, 3, 4, Luckily, I went 5th, Kevin, but just hoping I didn't fall far to 10. But I think I tell young guys, whether you're 1 through 10, you just want to go to there where it's a great fit for you.
And all the teams that work you out, they probably all say, hey, Steve, if you're available, we're going to take you. I mean, you get a lot of that when you're going through the process?
Yeah, you do. And then you start to believe that you just got to go out there and play your best and wait to see on draft day. Because sometimes you're picked by that team, and the next thing you know, you're traded a pick after.
And as you've said before, being drafted by Miami was a godsend. You thought it was the perfect place for you to go.
I thought it was a great fit for me. Had some guys that I played against throughout my high school and college career. It was perfect.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. JaVale McGee's checked in for Durant. Thompson comes in for Andre Iguodala. And McCaw is subbed in for Ian Clark. Now here's Curry. He's got 5. Pass to McCaw. And here's Green outside. A rebound by the Nets.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Lynn against Curry. Booker outside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
For Brooklyn, they have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
Anthony Bennett. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Some changes for Brooklyn. Lopez, he's checked in for Booker. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Jeremy Lin. And Bennett drops them both. The Warriors leading. To the middle, here's McGee.
Yes. And that is a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game.
Ooh, well, I don't think he planned it too far in advance. That was one of those things, you know, Greg, that just happened. And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
The defense looks done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stops.
For Brooklyn, they have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one. Pachulia, he's checked in for Golden State. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
He is definitely disappointed. He couldn't put his team up in front, but at least he knotted this one up.
They get it again. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And we'll take a look here at the shot chart.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
First one falls for him. And Pachulia drops them both.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Bogdanovich passes to Kilpatrick. Lopez outside. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. 6 to shoot. He kicks it to Bennett. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Bennett's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Thompson dishes to Curry.
Steph Curry was unanimous MVP from last season. There was no doubt he would be the MVP the way he played. He earned every first-place vote for the award and swept the voting.
Although it isn't clear-cut that Curry is the best player in the game right now, he certainly has the best case. Back-to-back MVPs, and Steve, the impact he has on the court is just peerless.
You can throw other names in as well, but Curry and his back-to-back MVPs puts him in elite company. He is quickly rising on the all-time greatest players list. He's earned it, and he has transformed the art of shooting.
Whitehead's checked in for the Nets. Stephen Curry hits them both.
When he's at the stripe, you know he is going to bring his best.
Here's Whitehead. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Kilpatrick. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Warriors shooting just 39% in the second quarter. Here's McCall. Down low, Pachulia.
And checking out the numbers for Lopez. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. He's averaging 20 points, almost 2.5 blocks, and 5 rebounds. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
The free throw drops for Pachulia. And some changes here for the Warriors. West comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And Pachulia drops them both.
And just over 80% from the line right now. A big improvement over what they shot in that first quarter.
The feed to Lopez. Here's the screen. Low block shot on the way. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Livingston kicks it to West. Feeds to Pachulia. Kept alive. Second chance shot. And the layup good by West. West has got 6 points.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Now the pass to Kilpatrick. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. The Warriors, #1. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
Yeah, I mean, the fast break is really the focus for both of these clubs. I mean, we've seen them take it up a notch here of late and really playing with a fast tempo.
Here's Whitehead. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Lopez. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. We take a look at the Cavaliers. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And checking out Brooklyn, just way behind.
And right now for Brooklyn, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
2 shots.
I'm sure they do, because it's obvious that the way this team is currently constructed just isn't working. Changes have to be made, and they can't wait too long to make them.
First free throw is good.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Brook Lopez hits them both. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. The dish to Thompson. He feeds it to West. Kicks to Pachulia. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot. Nets trailed by 4. Here's Whitehead. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Kilpatrick. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Okay, his shot isn't there tonight. It's a major reason why they're behind. He needs to start sharing the basketball.
Inside, it's tipped. Here's Lopez. Nails the 16-footer. Lopez has got 8 points in the quarter.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Livingston passes to West. He dishes it to Pachulia. The drive by Thompson. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Thompson's got his first bucket in this one. Here's Whitehead. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. With 2 seconds left, it's stolen by Livingston. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Warriors ahead, up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. And I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. It was all about Golden State as the game got going. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12-4 run. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was 7. Going into the second quarter, they lost a little focus, sacrificed some points, but still finished with a 4-point cushion at the half. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
I think they're playing defense with their hands instead of their feet. Too many times they've been caught reaching and they paid the price. These guys giving up way too many free throws. They need to stop sending guys to the line. Come on.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. It's been a clinic from Brook Lopez.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
This has been a breakthrough game for him, and we've only played one half of basketball so far.
Nets trail by 4. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. It's the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Durant is out there with Green, and it's McGee in at the 5 patrolling the paint. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Sean Kilpatrick. Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Warriors shooting well. They're at 45%. And Thompson kicks to Curry. There's Green with the 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in this game. In the corner, it's Lynn. Shot clock at 5. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Warriors leading. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, we've seen the Warriors become a powerhouse franchise, but sometimes great teams can overlook opponents. Coach Kerr takes a cue from Greg Popovich and talks about what he calls appropriate fear. Draymond Green explained, you're not going to be scared or back down from anyone, but have appropriate fear, which just means respect them. Respect that they can beat you. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. It's always about focus. Now here's Lynn. After the miss from Klay Thompson. Outside, Lynn. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Warriors leading by 4. And the wide open shot from Green. No good on the triple.
They've struggled so far here in the third, hitting just 1 of 4 from the field. Well, Draymond Green is the heartbeat of the Golden State Warriors. Up and down in the playoffs. He's definitely one of those guys. His shooting performance was not great, but he does so many other things for the Golden State Warriors.
And with Draymond in the playoffs, he did experience all the highs and the lows. The Warriors as a team followed suit in how he played.
Well, Draymond's one of those guys, when you start to look at his numbers, yes, up and down. But when you talk about a guy that competes and does all the little things, he did it. Win or lose, love him or hate him, you have to respect Draymond for leaving it all out on the floor.
And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Curry. 7 points in the game. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Again, the miss by Green.
And with that miss, shooting only 20% coming out of the break. Ouch.
Lopez sets a screen for Lynn. Here's Kilpatrick. He's covered by Thompson. Kilpatrick passes to Lopez. And a wide open look for Lynn. Drills it from outside. Lynn's got 13.
And this team trusts Lynn to play within the offense. He's very good at taking high-quality shots.
Outside, Green. Poked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lynn. And a look here at the shot chart.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
Curry dishes to McGee. Here's Green. No good there. Good D by Booker. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Curry against Lynn. Fires top of the key. Curry with some nice D.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one. It's impossible to stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
Now Lin, 13 points in the game. To the middle, here's Booker. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Booker's got it all tied up now for the Nets. Curry kicks to Thompson. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. Curry passes to McGee. Lopez with the steal. Outside, Lin. Dishes to Lopez. Pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good from Brook Lopez. Some changes for Golden State. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Draymond Green. And Ian Clark subbed in for Thompson. Brook Lopez hits them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Curry dishes to Durant. Back to Curry. Drops in the layup for 2. Curry's got 9 points.
With the defense hanging all over him, Stephen Curry still able to score.
Lin kicks to Lopez. Here's Foy. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Iguodala outside. To the paint. McGee against Lopez. McGee's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
With the floater, it's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Durant's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Offline with his 3.
Surprising. He usually puts the dagger in your heart. That wide open from 3.
Iguodala against Harris. Lopez sets a screen for Harris. Lin's shot is off. The Warriors trail. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Passes it to McGee. Durant with it. Bennett's there. Durant, no good. The Nets have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Here's Foy. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
No, not at all. When you see him guarding you, just try to move the basketball on. The way he threw that pass with such ease on the run, that was a thing of beauty.
Bennett kicks to Lin. Here's Lopez. The basket good off the assist from Lin. Lin's got his 5th assist in this one.
And this team is ahead largely because of his accuracy from the floor tonight.
It's stolen by Harris. Right side Lin. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Shooting for Brooklyn. Brook Lopez. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Then for the Warriors, West comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And the second free throw, good.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
West setting the pick for Iguodala. Durant with another miss.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now, here is 4. 10 points for him. A baseline J. Good as the jump shot falls. 6 points for Anthony Bennett.
He knew he had a matchup he wanted, and he did a great job rising up and knocking the shot down with ease.
Durant wide open. He fires. Again, Durant missing.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half, none so far in the second.
Pass to Lopez. And here's Bennett. He has 6. Lock at 6. Lopez a screen. There's the pick. Here's Harris. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Trevor Booker comes in for Anthony Bennett. And it's Whitehead in for Randy Ford. Then for the Warriors, Pachulia comes in for Kevin Durant. And McCaw is subbed in for Ian Clark. Warriors trail by 5. Livingston with it. He averages about 5 points a game. Pachulia, no luck. Hollis Jefferson passes to Whitehead. He kicks it to Lopez. Fades. The Warriors pull it in. West has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Tries to snap the cold streak. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Pachulia. There's the feed to Lopez. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Harris. And the layup's good off the glass. Harris has got 6.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Pachulia kicks to Livingston. Feeds to West. Off the screen. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. That's now 8 points for David West.
Love the ball movement by Shaun Livingston. Quickly getting the ball over to his shooters.
For Shaun Livingston, a lot of his scores come from him hitting a jumper on a smaller guard. His post-up game and turnaround shot are one of the hardest things to stop in the league.
And so many people say, well, he has an advantage because of his size and height. But first of all, you got to have the ability and the skills to handle the basketball as a point guard. And so what, you're down there with smaller guys. You have to have skill set to make those turnaround jumpers. And also the mid-range game, that's an art. Shaun Livingston has mastered it.
Boy, it's been so hard to watch at times. I mean, he's missed so many of his foul shots tonight. Good to see him finally come through there.
And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. Well, Draymond Green gained a lot of notoriety last season for some questionable plays in the playoffs. Most notably, Steve, was the kick to Steven Adams. Gained a lot of people cheering against him after that play.
Well, Draymond is one of those guys. He doesn't really care about what other teams' fans like him or not. He's all about the Warriors. And he's acknowledged it was wrong. He hurt his team. But now he has to come back after suspension and play well.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Following Draymond Green's 3, Lopez, no luck.
The defense knows he loves that in-between area and closed out fast.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Lopez against Green. For the lead. That doesn't go either for Green. The Nets with the lead. The dish now to Lopez. Lopez a screen. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Iguodala. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lopez. It doesn't go for him. The Warriors go the other way with it. Livingston kicks to Pachulia. Pachulia with the screen on Lopez. Green dishes to Pachulia. Good D by Booker.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game down low when this fella's lurking around.
A wide open look here for Lopez. Sinks the three-pointer. Lopez has got 9 points here in the second half. Livingston kicks to Green. The Warriors making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. They set the pick. Outside, Green takes the three. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Bogdanovich. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And it's interesting, Bogdanovich came over from Croatia a couple years back. He's shown flashes, Greg, of talent, especially offensively, but he's still putting it all together.
Yeah, I think consistency is the key for him. Sometimes he's aggressive, other times he just disappears. Does have good size and strength for a wing, can hit from the outside, also finishes well around the basket. I like to see him create more for his teammates.
Good on both.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
To the middle. Rebound, Brooklyn. Pass to Kilpatrick. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. The Nets working the ball around now. Clock at 4. With 3, Booker. No good on that one. Great tee that time from Green. Livingston passes to Green. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And right now, I don't think he could hit a barn the way he shot this quarter. How about 2 of 10?
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And the former Spartan Green continued to prove his role over time. A forward-thinking player who keeps adding to his game.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Kilpatrick passes to Whitehead. Down low. Here's Bogdanovich.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first. And he makes both free throws. 16 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Now here's Livingston. Thompson outside. Just 3 on the clock. The shot that time not on target. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 5. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Moments make players into stars. Moments make teams legendary. This is my moment. This is my team.
Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Eventually, we're going to have some fun tonight. It should be fun. It should always be fun, all right? But we're just kind of fighting ourselves still. Just continue to look to move the ball, get some kind of flow offensively, and D up down here, we'll start enjoying ourselves.
Great way to look at it, Steve Kerr asking his guys to go out there and have some fun. Not every coach is going to say that. He emphasizes that.
Yeah, and that's his style. I mean, he's an encouraging coach who really demands greatness. I mean, he's certainly been around enough greatness in his career to know what to look for.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. We've got Hollis Jefferson. He's out there with Trevor Booker. Jeremy Lin is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Kilpatrick in at 2 guard. So that's the Nets 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Shot from 12. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Lin. Over to the left wing. Hollis Jefferson passes to Booker. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Nets lead by 5. Durant dishes to Curry. Fires for 3. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Green. 14 points for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Third 3 of the game for him, first in this half.
Lin against Green. Inside. Takes it off the glass.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
McGee a screen. Shot from 12. Booker pulls it in.
Tell you what, the defense got lucky there because you know he can hit it from mid-range.
Here's Bogdanovich. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
At the line, your Nets, Bojan Bogdanovich. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
The Nets making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. And it's blocked by Curry.
Love seeing Stephen Curry get up and send that one back.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Bojan Bogdanovich. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. Both shots good from the stripe. Warriors trail by 8. McGee sets the pick for Curry. From deep 3-point range, the shot no good. Good D by Lopez.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Kilpatrick passes to Booker. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Durant kicks to Thompson. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Brooklyn called for the foul. One area you have to give Klay Thompson credit in is how strong of a defender he is. He can match up with a number of positions, and Steve sticks to a player like a glove.
He has length. His lateral agility are a big bonus for him on the defensive end. He uses his length too well because he bothers shots, contests shots, and even received some all defensive team votes last year for his efforts.
Harris is checked in for the Nets. He hits the second from the line.
And one reason Thompson is such a fantastic offensive player is because he is so good at drawing fouls.
Lopez a screen. Outside, Lynn. Lopez a screen on Curry. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
If his shots were just a little more on point tonight, they'd be holding a much bigger lead right now.
And Green gets it to go.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Protecting the rim has to be their #1 priority here in crunch time. They need to recognize that immediately.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
That one misses for Booker. Warriors trail by 7. Thompson outside. McGee sets the pick for Thompson. Second shot opportunity. McGee's shot is off. The Nets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Green. Curry dishes to Thompson. From deep. Curry can't get it to go.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
They've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
That free throw, no good. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
I love how hard he's playing, really since the break. All the defense can do at this point is foul him.
On the wing, Green, defended by Booker. And stolen by Booker. Here's Bogdanovich. A floater. Great D that time from Durant.
Okay, there's attack mode, and then there's I best pull this back out mode.
Thompson with the bucket.
That's another aspect of Thompson's game that he continues to improve on. He is not just relying on his shooting, but building on his game by working on his driving.
Now here's Lynn. He feeds it to Booker. From downtown, they grab their own miss. It's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 7.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
It's Curry outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. Harris has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And that's rough. He did have 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
joining us updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Thank you, David. Green with a screen on Lynn. Curry passes to Green. For three, Durant. And Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Curry against Lynn. And nothing but hair on that one.
All alone inside. He's just going to have to shake that one off.
Andy Foy, he's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Booker has screen on Green. Knocked away. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Whitehead's checked in for Brooklyn. Kicks to Bogdanovich. No good from Booker.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
That will be in his head. The next time he comes down the lane, he'll have thoughts about that one.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
He is still on fire. You had to figure he'd come back to earth a little bit tonight, but nope.
From the baseline. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Durant dishes to Iguodala. And stolen by Booker. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Pulls up on the elbow. That shot no good. Good defense by Iguodala. Fires from deep. That shot off. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
At the line for 2.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Warriors trail by 8. Stolen. And here's the break. Moving it up. And the basket by Harris.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Well, that's how you bury an opponent when they're struggling. Don't ease up. Just keep going hard.
Now here's Curry. Inside. It's deflected. Lopez with the steal. Whitehead passes to Harris. There's the pick. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lopez. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Green kicks to Curry. From deep three-point range, Booker pulls it in. Booker's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Harris against Thompson. Pass to Whitehead. Lopez a screen. Here's Whitehead. Kicks to Lopez. And that's off the glass and in. And it's a 12-point Nets lead. The Warriors shooting a paltry 33% in the 4th. Not a good showing for this offense. Curry dishes to Durant. 14 feet away. Count that bucket. Durant's got 8 here in the quarter. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Whitehead, guarded by Curry. To the inside, Lopez. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Lopez has got 31.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Curry passes to Durant. Shoots from 12. Rebound, Brooklyn.
I know he's talented, but when you're completely surrounded inside, you have to try and kick it out to someone who's open.
The shot's good.
That's exactly where they want the ball to go. He did a great job getting the ball into that position.
Warriors trail by 14. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Here's Whitehead. He's covered by Iguodala. 5 on the clock. Whitehead passes to Booker. Shoots from the baseline, and the shot is long. Booker's got 3 of his 9 shots to fall. To the inside. And the jam with Iguodala.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Here's Whitehead following the score by Golden State. Here's Lopez. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Green's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Green, the screen. Iguodala with the screen on Harris. The putback. And Green is right there.
Timeout.
Green's got 10 points in just the second half.
I like seeing the determination from Green on the boards, just relentless.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're up by 10. 1:49 left to play in the final quarter. So both teams changing it up here. .149 left in the 4th quarter. And Bogdanovich kicks to Lin. He dishes it to Lopez. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Shooting for Brooklyn. Brook Lopez. 2 shots.
That's good from Brook Lopez. Kevon Looney is checked in for McAdoo. And both free throws good for Lopez. 1:36 left in the 4th. Moment here now for an injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for the Nets was able to update me on the situation. He said he turned his ankle, and it is definitely starting to swell up. We're well into this season, and that is the last thing this team needed. And that's going to make things much harder for them down the road. Kevin?
Okay, Dave, thanks. Sounds like he won't be out for too long. And here is Lynn after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Lopez a screen. Back to Lynn. 4 on the clock. And again, it's the Nets missing.
I don't know what's happened to him in this second half, but he's been terrible from deep.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And another 3 for Golden State.
Just dialed in from the three-point line in this fourth quarter.
I mean, these are daggers. When you start hitting threes in the fourth quarter, it really deflates the other team.
And from long range, Thompson with the rebound.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And some changes here for the Warriors. Pachulia comes in for Looney. And McCaw is subbed in for Draymond Green. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. So he comes up empty, missing both. Here's Golden State. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run.
That's a solid effort on the defensive glass. You need guys who are willing to work, willing to get their hands dirty inside.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Just much of a deficit to overcome.
No question. Nothing short of a miracle could save him now.
And the Nets with possession. Outside, Lynn. So it's Brooklyn with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters the most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Brooke. Congrats on the win tonight. What was the atmosphere like out there tonight?
You know, the crowd brought so much energy. You know, it's Brooklyn energy. The noise in the building was fantastic. You know, and we just need more of that in the season.
Well, you got it done tonight, Brooke. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Brook Lopez.
How about those moves that Brook Lopez was putting on tonight? Now, this guy in the low post is second to none when he's playing to his full potential.
Well, not much has really been going good for this team lately, so for him to have a game like this is big. They gave him a little bit more responsibility, and boy, did he run with it.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports Group, the best in business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night.